Since the release of the fifth-generation Toyota Supra, many fans were disappointed, even angry, and the reason was clear: BMW. When Toyota announced that the new Supra would be developed in partnership with BMW, it sparked a wave of frustration among fans of the car and lovers of Japanese performance machines. But to understand why the Supra received all this hype, love, and expectations, we need to go back in time. In 1990, Toyota introduced the legendary Mark IV Supra, the successor to the successful Mark III, which carried the iconic 1JZ engine. But the fourth generation came with an engine we all know and love, the 2JZ GT, a 3-liter, inline-six, twin-turbo powerhouse. It produced 276 horsepower in Japanese versions due to regulations, and up to 326 horsepower in the USA versions. And the Mark IV arrived at the golden era of Japanese cars, during the time of true legends: the Skyline, the Lancer Evo, the Impreza WRX, the NSX, the 300 GT, and the Mazda RX-7. The competition was fierce, especially against its eternal rival, the Skyline. The Supra became famous because it was strong, reliable, and incredibly easy to modify. It was a paradise for car enthusiasts. People built everything from simple upgrades to 1,000 horsepower monsters. Drift builds. And drag race beasts. And what boosted its popularity even more in the United States was its appearance in The Fast and the Furious, with that iconic orange color, driven by Paul Walker. But in 2002, devastating news hit Supra fans. Toyota announced the end of its production. And even before that, in 1998, the U.S. market stopped receiving it due to excuses like emissions and environmental regulations, reasons many believed were simply attempts to stop its success in America. After the Supra's production stopped for 17 long years, fans kept hoping for a comeback. During those years, Toyota repeatedly presented concept versions, exciting enthusiasts every time. But none of them became reality. They were just concepts, nothing more. Until 2017, Toyota revealed a futuristic concept for what seemed to be the fifth-generation Supra. Most people thought it was just another empty promise, but this time, it was real. Because in 2019, at the Detroit Auto Show, Toyota finally lifted the curtain off the Mark V Supra. A new generation, a new story, and a striking exterior design, but then came the shock. The interior was almost identical to a BMW interior, from the screen to the controls, even the check engine sound. And the biggest surprise for Toyota fans, the engine was BMW's own B58. This split the car community. Some people loved it. Some accepted it. Some were angry. And others were simply heartbroken. Toyota used the BMW Z4 platform and chassis. It was basically like buying a Z4, wearing a Toyota costume. So everyone asked the big question: why did Toyota do this? Some imagine Toyota didn't have the money to develop a new Supra, but that's not true. Toyota is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, automakers in the world. Just Corolla sales alone could fund the entire Supra project. The real reason was different. Toyota knew that bringing back a legendary car after 17 years was a huge risk. A new Supra meant enormous expectations, and the possibility of massive losses. So Toyota wanted to reduce the risks as much as possible. Especially since fans were still upset that the original Supra was discontinued. For that reason, Toyota partnered with a brand experienced in building sporty, reasonably priced performance cars, BMW. One of the biggest reasons behind the Mark V Supra struggle was the performance. Everyone expected a brand new engine, the true successor to the legendary 2JZ, but Toyota had gone many years without developing a high-performance 6-cylinder engine. They were focused on fuel-efficient 4 cylinders, and on V8 engines for larger Toyota and Lexus models. So Toyota turned to BMW, and to their B58 engine. To be fair, the B58 is strong, reliable, and highly tunable. Some people even call it the German 2JZ. And BMW is well known for rear-wheel drive fun, which has always been a core part of Supra's identity. Toyota also believed that teaming up with a big name like BMW would boost the Supra's success, but what happened was the exact opposite. And when you compare the new Supra to the Nissan GT-R, its eternal rival, the gap becomes huge. The GT-R has versions making over 500 horsepower, while the Supra has only 283 horsepower. The GT-R does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. The Supra takes 4.5 seconds. Top speed. Supra maxes out around 290 kilometers per hour, while a slightly tuned GT-R can reach 350 kilometers per hour. There is simply no comparison. And there was another problem, the price. It's expensive for the performance it offers. For the same amount of money, you could buy a Mustang GT, a used Dodge Challenger Hellcat, or even a Nissan for a OZ for a lower price. In the end, the 5th generation Supra didn't exactly fail. But it didn't reach the legendary success of the Mark IV. That's why many people feel like it failed. But who knows, maybe years from now, we'll look back and say, wow, the Mark V was actually amazing. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much. Your support means a lot. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you like the channel's content, and tell me in the comments, do you agree with what I said about the Mark V Supra? See you soon in another video on your channel, Car Dude. Goodbye.